Hello and welcome to PAD 535, Public Budgeting, Finance, and Resource Allocation. My name is Michael Lawson. I'm your instructor for the course, and I'm here to walk through the week one announcement with you. You can expect to find announcements like this through each week of the course and an accompanying video. And I'm basically going to read the introduction for the course, but wanted to put a bit of a personal face on it so you can get to know me and see that I'm not just a robot behind the screen, but that I am indeed a real living person to be here with you. Let me first start by saying that I understand there's a little bit of apprehension among MPA students when they have to take the finance course in the program. I remember going through the MPA myself. It was a little bit of a scary task, but let me assure you, it's all going to be okay. I'm not here to make a CPA out of you, an accountant, finance director, budget manager, any of that stuff. We're just here to teach you some good financial management best practices and principles. I'm not going to work a whole lot on the technical practices for finance. There will be a few spreadsheets, there will be a little bit of math to be done, not a whole lot, but we just basically want to get you comfortable and familiar with some best practices. It's more likely that instead of wanting to be CPAs and accountants and whatnot, that you do want to be a leader in your organization in the future. And let me assure you that any good leader needs to understand these principles. Budgeting, accounting, transparency, accountability, it's all very important for a public sector manager. So do take this stuff seriously. You will really appreciate the different principles that you're finding someday. In week one, we're going to go over some foundational principles about budgeting in the public sector. And as the course goes on, we'll get a little bit deeper into the more nuanced principles and some of the other non-budgeting financial practices. This week, starting week one and throughout the course, we're really going to emphasize how to write well. There's a lot of numbers in this course. You think it's a finance class. Why are we writing well? Why is that important? I'm doing that in all my other courses. Enough already. Well, let me tell you, even the best financial analysis is not worth a whole lot if the people reading it can't understand it. Writing clearly and concisely is key for doing financial analysis. Best analysis in the world is just going to be completely useless and put on a shelf if no one can understand it. I can tell you that if you know how to write well, you're going to lend tremendous value to your organization. You're going to be trusted by your leadership. It's going to be something that serves you very well. It's expected a lot from me in my role, and I'm going to expect it of you as well anyone else you want to work with in the future. So we're going to work a lot on memos. Memos are kind of old school. I understand some people may think, what are memos for? We have so many other things, text messages, emails, napkins, what have you. But memos are still the standard format of communication within different agencies, and even though it may be a little dated, it's still something that's very important. Again, writing concisely and clearly is a wonderful skill to have. We're going to work on that. Getting to the spiritual side of things, we're going to look a lot at stewardship over the course of our class here. Throughout both the Old and New Testaments, we see a lot about stewardship from Christ himself and lots of other characters in both Testaments. And so we're going to look through the stories of some of those folks throughout both Testaments, and we're going to dive in and pull individual skills and attributes these folks have and apply them to our world of modern public sector finance. This week we're going to look at communication and integrity. So as we go through the course, you can expect to see weekly announcements like the one you see on the page right in front of you. I'm going to try and keep up with the videos. Granted, it's not my strong suit filming videos, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Please make sure that you stay tuned with these weekly announcements. They'll have any stuff about deadlines, what to expect for the week, any other important information about the course for that particular week. So do stay tuned to this spot right here, and you won't miss anything. For contacting me, you are certainly encouraged to do that. I work best through email. I welcome you to email me. I'm pretty responsive to emails. My email is mlawson13@ga.ccu.edu. You can find more about my contact information in the sidebar on the left-hand side of your Blackboard page. You can find more about my office hours there. For the time being, I'm going to have them Tuesday evenings. you can see more there on the contact side of things. I also provide my personal cell phone number if you need to get a hold of me on a more urgent basis. Depending on what I'm doing, it's hard for me to pick up phone calls, so don't rely on that too much. Again, email is the best way to go, so try and do that. Finally, I want you to think of me as a resource. I work in the local government sector. I've done it for over a decade now. It's my passion, it's my vocation, it's what God's called me to do. I do a whole bunch of different things besides the financial stuff. If you have any questions about anything in the local government world, anything public admin related at all, please feel free to contact me. It doesn't have to be just about the course content. Even after our time together is over in 5 weeks, please feel free to use me as a resource. I'm here for you. I'm here to take the journey with you. I'm here to have a conversation with you. Again, not just to teach at you. Finally, please think of me as your brother in the Lord throughout this whole thing. I'm here to pray for you if at any time you need that. If you just need someone to talk to, I'll be the best resource I can for you. I'm here to take the journey alongside you. I think that's it for this week. I'm excited to jump in. I hope you have a good time learning about this stuff. It's not always going to be easy. There's a lot of reading, a little bit of math, and a fair amount of writing to do, but I guarantee you it's going to be worth your time. And when you're running your organization someday and making lives better for everybody in your community, you're going to think back on this and hopefully reflect that it was well worth your time. So thank you again. My name's Michael. I'll look forward to seeing you here next week.